Hey, what's up, everybody? Gonna do a classic rock reaction, man. This is a full album reaction, and it's featuring the music of Yes, specifically the Yes album. I believe that this is their third studio album, so looking forward to it, man. I've done a couple of quads and things in the past that has maybe one or two of the songs from this album featured before, but I've never done a full album, had a full album experience. It'll be quite interesting. Anyways, man, before I pop this off, I just want to give a shout out and a thanks to Randy. Thanks very much for the recommendation, man. I appreciate it. Randy says, hey STB, I'd like to recommend or like to request a full album reaction of the Yes album. Yes 1971 masterpiece. You have done a couple of songs in quads from this album, but the album was created to be listened to in its entirety. It would fit in well with your focus on diving deeper into progressive rock. I know you had some difficulty with John Anderson's lyrics when I sent you Starship Trooper 3 years ago. Oh, that was you. I would suggest having the creative part of your mind soak it in and let your brain wander without too much analysis. Chris Squire, aka the Doctor of the Rickenbacker, on bass, Steve Howe on guitar, Tony Kaye on keyboards, and Bill Bruford on drums, along with Anderson, round up the personnel on this album. I hope you like it. Peace. Right on, Randy. Thank you, man. I'm definitely going to like it. Whether I'm going to understand it in its entirety, probably not, but I like to try. It's a good mental exercise. People have said in the past that it's a fool's errand to try and decipher Yes, but guess what? I'm a fool like that, so I'm gonna try anyway. With that all said, man, let's hit this up. The Yes album, 1971. Let's get it. I'm sure all this sugarcane rum isn't going to help me decipher, but it's got to be done. Coming out strong out of the gates. I'm listening to the bass already, man.
Yesterday a morning came, a smile upon your face. Caesar's palace, morning glory, city, human race. On a sailing ship to nowhere, leaving any place. If the summer changed to winter, yours is no disgrace.
If the summer changed to winter. Are we talking about Fallout?
Ships come fighting me, tell me where you are.
War?
Shining, flying, up, I'll show me where you are. Lost in summer, morning, winter, tell me where you are. Lost in losing circumstances, that's just where you are.
These guys are smart, you know. They know how to distract you with great instrumentation, and you don't get to focus entirely on the lyrics and the message. That's why it's so hard.
Yesterday a morning came, a smile upon your face. Caesar's palace, morning glory, silly human race. On a sailing ship to nowhere, leaving any place. If the summer changed to winter, yours is no disgrace. Yours is no disgrace. Yours is no disgrace.
Take me on a trip. They make you forget about the lyrics. Death-defying, mutilated armies gather near, crawling out of dirty holes. Their morals disappear. Gotta do what you gotta do for a time.
Yesterday, a morning came, a smile upon your face. Caesar's palace, morning glory, silly human race.
This is from the point of view of a serviceman.
On a sailing ship to
gone to war. It's an anti-war song.
If the summer changed to winter, yours is no disgrace. Yours is no disgrace. Yours is no disgrace.
Yours is no disgrace. What you have to do in war. I get it.
Battleships confide in me and tell me where you are. Shining, flying, purple moon, come show me where you are. Lost in summer, morning, winter, travel very far. Lost in losing circumstances, that's just where you are.
Trippy. That'd be nice, catching that live. Starship treatment.
Sister Bluebird, flying high above. Shining wings over to the sun. Hide mysteries of life on your way. Though you've seen them, please don't say a word. Oh, you don't know. I've never heard. Starship Trooper, go sailing your mind. Catch my soul, catch the very light. Moment from my eager eye. Though you've seen that, please don't tell a soul. What you can't see can't prepare you
You know what this song makes me think about? I visualize the Silver Surfer on his quest around the universe for wisdom and knowledge, maybe finding that one source, instead of being the herald for Galactus.
To me of summer, no winter's longer than time can remember. Setting above other roads to travel on in old accustomed ways. I still remember the talks by the water, the proud sons and daughters that knew the knowledge of the land, spoke to me in sweet accustomed ways.
This dude Squire is dangerous on the bass.
Please don't say a word. What I don't know, I'll never loneliness is a power that we possess to give or take away forever.
and to get into the Yes catalog, you have to have an open mind. You have to have a willingness to go on a trip, explore. If you're closed-minded, you're just not going to appreciate Yes. You know, I've just pissed off a few people right now. Right now, I'm visualizing this person who's on a quest for wisdom, interacting with so many different people, so many different beings, going to so many different places, seeking. One voice crying out in the wilderness. Fantastic piece of work.
Seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my
From
way.
one great piece to another.
I've seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way. Take a straight and stronger course to the corner of your life. Make the White Queen run so fast, she hasn't got time to make you a wife. send an instant karma to me. Initially, we're loving yourself. 'Cause it's time in time with your time, and this news is captured for the queen to use.
It's so uplifting and gives you such a bounce. But they're talking about some serious shit. Back in my anti-war haze, this was one of the next songs in the queue for me to check out until Since I've Been Loving You happened and kind of broke me out of it. But yeah, I would have been going so deep into it, you know. It was a good move. Great song though. It's great for the past back then and also now. Adventure.
Once a peaceful man laid his own head
It's a great piano entry. Good vocals in it too. Stickling those bastards in the end there. Perpetual change.
I see the cold mist in the night and watch the hills roll out of sight. I watch in every single way, inside out, outside in, every day. The sun can warm the coldest dawn and move the movement on the lawn. I learn in every single day, inside out, outside in, everywhere. And one peculiar point I see as one of many ones of me. As truth is gathered, I rearrange inside out, outside in, inside out, outside in, perpetual change. Saying we have to prove, so now the storm. You see, is near disaster gazing down you and me. And there you're standing, saying we have the whole world in our hands. You see, deep inside the world's controlling you and me. Who'll see perpetual change? You'll see perpetual change.
That's a nice shift, wasn't it? I thought the volume was fading out on my cans, but no, it's a deliberate thing from the song. Shifting around. I'm talking too loud on it. Fantastic. There you go, folks. That is the Yes album. If these guys came and went just offering this one album alone, that would be enough to secure them a place in rock and roll history. That would be enough, right? And they would constantly get airplay, just like See All Good People. They would constantly be talked about. They would be used as a measuring stick for progressive rock between the great vocals, between the structure of the song, stretching it out, taking you on a trip and a journey, and then bringing you back, distracting you from the message with all of the great musicianship. Chris Squire is a beast on that damn bass. He will take you. You know what I'm saying? And all of those other things, man, the way that they compose their music, their lyrics, even though I don't get it all, like Perpetual Change. In the end, they're saying so much, but what it is about at its core, the message is, everything is constantly in perpetual change, even if you're just still. You know what I mean? There's shit going on. Yeah, that's the main theme of it, but you got to listen to the entire thing. Really, really pay attention to get that. That's the beauty of Yes. Sometimes you'll get it, sometimes you won't. But after a couple of listens, you'll get it. After a little bit more, being a little bit more imbrued in the structure of progressive rock and the characteristics of it, that's when it'll start to formulate and gel in your mind. And like I said before, to take in someone in the capacity of Yes, you have to be a certain kind of individual. You have to allow your mind to open up and wonder and be influenced and go with and all that. Some people can't do that, right? So Yes is not for everybody, but the people who get them, it's a gift. So, Randy, you are the shit, man. Trying to think. How many collabs? It's been 3 years? Damn, dude. Let me think now. I can't think of anything that you have presented to me that I don't like. You're the shit, brother. This was excellent. And you're right, man. It is something that you really have to experiment, and you really have to take in the whole album. It's great to do individual song reactions. And I can say now in confidence that a lot of reactors out there do themselves a little bit of a disservice because they're not getting the full effect of the full album experience. Could you imagine me just doing individual songs for Dark Side of the Moon? Or all of the Pink Floyd projects? Could you imagine? You would be saying, that's insanity. What are you doing? Why are you doing it like that? Wouldn't you? Right? It's the same for a lot of albums like this, for example. And there was a time when I was still a tadpole, I was thinking to myself, for me personally, I was being selfish, right? It's best to do quads because it gives you enough exposure. And with a quad format, I can focus on individual songs, get all of the nuts and bolts about the individual song, and kind of get an idea of, and break it down very well, go deep into that one song. And I was trying to move away from full album reactions, but people wouldn't let me. They're just constantly insisting that I do album reactions. I even changed the whole structure of my Patreon just to accommodate quads alone. But people weren't having that. They're like, no, man, you also got to allow for album reactions, And, me being selfish, I was thinking about those things, but also about the time factor and all of these different things, right? And I was worried about people bombarding me with lengthy albums and double albums and all of that sort of stuff, right? And it would just take away my control and all that. But in the end, I see the value of doing a listen like this in a full album format. And it's very, very important for a lot of albums, an album like this especially. Concept albums, I've really got turned on to concept albums. I mean, I wouldn't have probably done many if I didn't open up and say yes, okay. Sometimes you gotta bow to it, right? Just like the existence of the Beyond platform, I said, how in the hell am I gonna find the time to do another channel, a Beyond channel, but it just wouldn't go away, right? So sometimes you just got to go with it. Anyway, I'm glad, all that to say that I appreciate the value in full album reactions. And if any other reactor is watching me, you really gotta open up yourself to doing full album reactions if you can. I don't know what's going on in your life or whatever it is, but it's really helped me over the last couple of years to really take in certain things. I'll give you another example. I started off doing Led Zeppelin's Here and There, and then someone said to me, "Yo, you got to go all the way back from the beginning or you're going to miss shit." Yeah, okay, if you want to go song by song and just take it in a little bit by little bit, but at some point in time, you got to sit down and you got to give the whole album a listen from beginning to end, because Jimmy Page had this vision and he created this, and that got me, right? If you bring to me the intention of the artist, then I can't disrespect that artist's intention and his vision and his desire. So I realized that the full album reaction format has to be a part of my reaction format. It was that important, right? So anyway, other reactors who are watching me, those that like me and those that don't like me, all the same, you have to take time to do album reactions, right? And I will go as far as saying this. You're not truly doing your job as a reactor if you do not entertain the idea of doing full album reactions. You might not be there yet, but at some point in time, you have got to start embracing full album reactions. I wasn't doing my job as a reactor fully until I started doing full album reactions. Now, you might not have time to do concerts and shit like that I've done, bootlegs and stuff like that. That was my crazy fanatical stage. But where it comes to full album reactions and the experience and having your soul, your mind, everything be taken on that trip, it's very, very important, especially when you're talking progressive bands like Yes and Rush and Genesis. It's you've got to make that time for it. So yes, I've pissed off a few people, I know, with what I just said, but it's true. You are not doing your due diligence as a reactor if you do not, at some point in time, embrace doing full album reactions. That's right, I said it. So, back to Randy. Randy, this is great, man. Excellent, excellent album. Let's do this. Let's, man, there is so much information here. I just got kind of like when you get kind of punched in the face with harsh reality, there's a lot of information here. And sometimes you're like, where do I start? That's where I'm at. Yo. Okay, let's do this. Let's assume you guys know all about Yes. And let's assume that we don't need to give them an introduction. Because just their introduction alone, on the Wikipedia format, it first introduces the artist and then it goes into details. Just their introduction alone, man, is like 12 paragraphs. So let's go straight to the album information. I want to get an idea about the songs, the background, and the motivations, the vision, stuff like that. The Yes album. The Yes album is the third studio album by English progressive rock band Yes, released on the 19th of February 1971 by Atlantic Records. Matt Ertegun, he's been everywhere. It was the band's first album to feature guitarist Steve Howe, who replaced Peter Banks in 1970, as well as their last to feature keyboardist Tony Kaye until 1983's 90125. The album was the first by the band not to feature any cover versions of songs. The band spent mid-1970 writing and rehearsing new material at a farmhouse at Romansley, Devon, and the new songs were recorded at Advision Studios in London in the autumn. While the album retained close harmony singing, Kay's Hammond organ, and Chris Squire's melodic bass, as heard in earlier releases, the new material also covered further styles, including jazz piano, funk, and acoustic music. You gotta slip funk in there, just the way that Chris plays that bass. All of the band members contributed ideas, and tracks were extended in length to allow music to develop. Yeah, you talk about song structure. A part of rock and roll's charm is the structure of the actual song. Classic rock structure, as I call it. It isn't just rock and roll, because there's a lot of songs out there I can think of, but the way they stretch out that song with the instrumentals is very, very important. You know, it doesn't seem like it's that much of a priority now as opposed to back then. You know, one of the big reasons I feel why the magical elixir of great music and that soul-grabbing vibe isn't there, because the structure of the song is not the same now as it was back then. What do you think of that? Howe contributed a variety of guitar styles, including a Portuguese guitar, and recorded the solo acoustic guitar piece, Clap, live at the Lyceum Theatre in London. The album was a critical success and a major commercial breakthrough for Yes, who had been at risk of being dropped by Atlantic due to the commercial failures of their first two albums. It reached number 4 in the UK and number 40 in the US, and was later certified platinum by the RIAA for surpassing 1 million copies. The album has been reissued on CD several times and was given a Blu-ray release in 2014, remixed by Steve Wilson. So much information. Yeah, I'd be reading all morning if I really wanted to. It's something I'd have to go back and do on my own time. Yeah, let's skip down. And let's, reception. Let's, oh, not this guy. No, let's totally skip over this dude, man. The album had a positive reception from critics. John Cogle, writing for Rolling Stone, praised the instrumental unity between Squire, Howe, and Kay, but missed the cover songs present in the band's earlier albums. The album is one of 3 by Yes to appear in the book 1000 Recordings to Hear Before You Die. Author Tom Moon preferred the group unity that he felt was missing on later releases, and gave a positive impression of Anderson's vocals, saying the melodies in I've Seen All Good People were instantly singable and still somehow deep. Absolutely. The album is also featured in the book 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die. In 2000, it was voted number 317 in Colin Larkin's all-time top 1000 albums. Anderson was worried about the initial response to the album, but after about a month noticed that fans started singing along at concerts, and concluded that this musical style could be developed and still remain popular. Kay concluded that overall it was quite a simple album, considering where they went on to from there. Rush singer and bassist Geddy Lee included the Yes album among his favorite albums. Genesis keyboardist Tony Banks has said it's his favorite Yes album, and that he preferred the band when Kay was a member. See what I'm talking about? Really good company here. I mentioned previously Yes, I mentioned Rush, I mentioned Genesis, and here they are with some mentions. Where the hell was I? It was the addition of Steve Howe's guitar pyrotechnics that finally allowed Yes to find their true identity. The Yes album is a giant leap forward, wrote J.D. Considine in the new Rolling Stone album guide. Let's stop there, man. So many reviews and so much information about the band and the album I could be reading for all morning, but I won't do that. I might go back on my own time and do that. I often do that, feeling that, okay, I think that I might be missing more formative information, more nuts and bolts, the inspiration of what created the vision in the creator's head. So sometimes I go back looking for that sort of thing, right? Sometimes I don't find it, but a lot of the times I find enough of it. So yeah, man, I'll probably go back and do a little bit of reading on my own. It's one of those things I like to do. So that concludes our look, man, at the Yes album. And a really good example again of an album that definitely has to be experienced in its full entirety. I'm grateful that it isn't longer because once it starts getting longer, it weighs on me and my patience and tolerance, but also on the limited amount of time that I've got to do all of this stuff. And yeah, so it just kind of makes it a little bit difficult when it's a really long album. That's why I'm not big on doing double album reactions. It just gets complicated, trust me. Anyway, so this is an excellent album, man, all the way through. 5 thumbs up, 5 stars, however you want to rate it. It's at the top. And Yes is something that, yeah, like I said, man, earlier in the beginning, I didn't get at all. And, even after the song is done, I'm still trying to collect what the hell I heard and where's the logic from beginning to end, right? And so a lot of people are saying, yeah, we're just watching your face and watching you trying to put meaning to things and, trying to get your logical brain to kind of catch up. But it's just not going to happen, dude. So it's great that I had a lot of people saying this to me. Otherwise, you would not. It's the beginning of understanding, yes. It's the beginning of really appreciating them, So you have to have that wherewithal in the beginning. And I had a couple of people in the beginning say, hey, man, you can't just throw him in like this. He's got to get an idea of the platform of progressive rock first. He's got to get an idea of how the structure of their music is like, and this and this and this. You can't just throw them in like that. And it's true, man, because I bit off a lot more than I was able to comprehend in the beginning. But I totally get them now, and I totally appreciate them now. For a while I didn't want to go back to it, but you know what? Sometimes you just have to, right? Because it's like, I don't know, it's like an obstacle course. That the first run, you're probably not going to make it all the way to the end, but after a little bit more and a little bit more, you'll eventually conquer it. So not that I've conquered, yes, but I'm very, very open to exploring as much of them as I'm able to, and I think I can handle it all now. All right, y'all. Thanks very much, Randy. I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy this. Great album. A fantastic rock and roll band. These guys are an example of what I'm talking about when I say, why the hell can't modern music be as good as this? And they're also an example of what I mean by when I say that music will never be this good ever again. When you hear me talking that way, think of Yes. You know what I'm saying? Think of Floyd. Think of all of those great bands from back in the day. Especially those bands that has a cerebral effect on you, that can mess with you. ELP, Rush, all of those great bands that just have this ability to just take you on a trip. Bands like that especially. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Take care. Next time you see me, it'll be, Dawn, Sasha, Jeffrey, and Kat, Evelyn. Next time you see me, I believe Sasha is up or Dawn. One of those two gents is up. So until then, I'll see you later. Peace.